So we're just going to take a few moments to close your eyes and just connect to your breathing. Bring all your focus and awareness to slowing the breath down, especially in this day and age where everything is go, 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 rushing around all the time. We're going to do the opposite of that right now. So really relax your entire body and just come into a place where you can be, relax, and do nothing else but breathe slow for just a few moments. Feel the tops of your shoulders just relax down your back. And from here on out, we'll be breathing in and out through the nose only. So just trying the best that you can to keep the mouth closed. That way we contain how our energy comes in through the nose, sending it all the way down to the base of your spine on your inhale. And on your exhale, you're pulling up from the base of your spine and expelling it out the same way it came in. And in this way, we are recycling the breath. And we're releasing any stale or stagnant energies that get stuck within us. Our bodies absorb so much pressure and energies that get stuck in our joints, stuck in our muscles, stuck within our being. So we use our breath, our exhale, to dispel, expel it out. Start to deepen your breath now. See how far you can lengthen your inhale. Maybe constricting your throat just a little bit, making the passageway a little bit smaller. So you're pulling air in on your inhale, breathing into the back of your throat, and pressing air out on your exhale. Starting to contract your abdominals now. We're going to harness our energy as best we can by pulling the pelvic wall up and the navel in towards our spine. There's that two-part abdominal lock right there. Notice how your tailbone automatically tucks under. Ground your sit bones down. Lengthen your spine by lifting up out of the crown of your head and slightly bring your chin now down towards your chest. So even though our core is strong, your heart center and chest is relaxed. Breath easily flows in and out, no restrictions or constrictions. Continuing to breathe slow. Just practicing how this feels to contract certain muscle groups while relaxing other muscle groups in the same area. And learning how to breathe. This just takes a few times to practice this way of breathing, and it will bring more energy, more prana, more life force to your being and your poses. At the same time, you're recycling out what gets stuck inside of you that needs to leave you now. Clearing yourself out, cleansing the body, and releasing any kind of chatter that comes into your mind by replacing it with this language. Syncing your breath to the ebb and flow of the oceans. Ebb and wave. Your breath comes in and out. Just want to ride that wave, sending you deeper and deeper into that relaxed state of mind. That's that meditative state that you just slip into. You can't force your way into it. It automatically happens by relaxing your body, relaxing your mind, and simply listening to the ocean. And after you practice these deep breaths, even in these past few moments, your mind is already starting to rewire itself, repattern itself to the truths of nature. Allowing yourself to anchor, ground, center your energy deep within this truth, letting go of all the drama, all the chatter, all of that foolishness that believes you into thinking non-truths are real. You let all of that go right now. We'll take 3 more deep breaths, elevating you into that heightened state of consciousness, that clean awareness. And that is where we will stay for the entire practice today. Just finishing up your last breath, we're going to take 3 breaths all together. So exhaling all the air out. Let's inhale, circle sweep, arms come all the way out to the sides, coming all the way up. And exhale, harness your energy. Really press prayer palms together right to your center being. 2 more times. Inhale, reaching past the fingertips, gathering as much energy as you can. And exhale, center, hone, and harness that energy within. 1 more time. Inhale, reaching all the way up, out, and around. And exhale. Now here, just bringing your hands to your knees, we're going to slowly roll right ear towards right shoulder, and we're going to move back and forth. So very slowly, working with your breath. Now left ear to left shoulder. You're just going to move round and round, just coming forward, chin down to the chest, all the way to the other ear, to release the muscles in your shoulders and your neck first. Before we start planking, before we start doing all of our up dogs, down dogs, let's release any tension that may or may not be in our neck and shoulders. And here is where we practice allowing our breath to lead the way. So your body does not move unless the breath allows it to. So you're breathing as you're stretching, as you're moving. So you can stay 100% conscious and aware of what's happening in this now moment. Sometimes in yoga or in life, at any time of the day, we get lost in our thoughts, lost in translation. So if we are breathing, it keeps us centered, grounded, and anchored. That way, we can stay safe within our being and safe within our body, because there are some times when your body says no, and if you are breathing, then you will be attuned to that. So if you ever come to a point where your body just doesn't feel good with what you're doing in yoga, then stop, take a moment and breathe and work your edge from there. And your edge is that place where you always want to just play with that edge, where more is too much, but yet less is not enough. So you just want to find that place that is right for you. We are all at different levels, all different body types, different injuries. And the trick to yoga is figuring out what works best for you and your particular body type. So the very word yoga means to yoke, unite, and bring together your mind, body, everything working together as one integrated unit. So that's what we are here doing, practicing how to do that. How to get your right and left brain to mesh together as one. Your right side, your left side, your male, your female, your sun, your moon, to harmonize. Balancing that war within. Working as one unit, maximum capacity, full potential. That is what we're doing right here, right now. To do that, you breathe and you focus all of your attention in one direction. Now that is yoga. So let go of your mind, of any pictures you have of what yoga should be. As long as you are focusing all of your attention in one direction, that is yoga. Now slowly bring your chin to the center. We're going to very slowly lift the chin all the way up to the sky, stretching out the heart center now. Remember to keep your core contained, shoulders relaxed down your back, opening up your throat chakra. Take one deep breath here. Good. Come back just to level. And we're going to come onto cat-cow, just onto all fours to release the spine. Just warming up here. So about hands and knees, about hip-width distance apart. And we're just going to inhale, lifting up the chest, arching your back, sending your tailbone high. So just stretching out the shoulders, warming up. Exhale, round your back to the tailbone under, pull the navel in, chin to chest. Moving back and forth now, inhaling up and finding your own pace. So you're moving with your breath and you're really getting into any kinks that you might have in your lower back. So you're just diagnosing and seeing what's happening with your back today, seeing how it feels today, knowing that every day is different. So you're just seeing what the day brings you in this moment. Some days you feel as if you're on top of the world, and others not so much. Just figuring out what kind of day is happening inside your body. So just a few more rounds here. And now coming to neutral, tabletop your spine. So pull forward through the crown of your head and back through the base of the spine, lifting up and out of the joints now. Tabletop, right arm forward, left leg back, reaching in opposite directions. And just leveling out the hips, maybe roll the left hip down just so it's even with the right. And this is how you literally get past the self, reaching past the fingertips and past the back toes to align yourself with that power and that energy force outside of your being. So really reach past these length lines to harness that energy within. Good. Now focus your eyes one spot. Find a non-moving object to help you balance. Engage your core, bending your back knee and reaching up. Breathe your arm back to grip the inside of your foot as you kick back up and away into your grip. And just taking your time here. We're still warming up the body, opening it up. One more deep breath. And release it long, reaching it all the way out first, and then down to the ground. Other side. Tabletop your spine, lifting left arm, right leg up and out, reaching past the fingertips, past the toes, leveling out the hips, engaging the core, relaxing your chest, and breathing as you focus your eyes. One spot. Breathing deep and slow. Here we are stretching out our spine, giving more space and length to each vertebrae. Same time, working all the tiny muscles along your infrastructure. Your spine is your lifeline. We're going to keep it healthy, keep it strong. Now getting ready to stretch. Bend your back knee and breathe your arm up, back, half circle arc, just gripping the inside of the foot as you point the toe straight up to the sky, kick back, up and away. Good. Focus your eyes one spot to help you balance. Taking one more deep breath here as you gently open up naturally. On your next exhale, release it back to long and down. Good. Now downward facing dog. So you're just going to walk your hands forward just a little bit and spread the fingertips wide like starfish. The further you get your thumb and pinky away from each other, the better. You're going to suction cup your hands down into the mat. Rotate your elbows inward towards each other. Tuck your toes. And lift your hips up as you press your chest back towards your thighs, just letting your head hang. We're going to walk the dog out. So just bending one knee while straightening the other. Moving back and forth as you breathe. So here in your first down dog, we're still diagnosing the pain. How your hips feel and breathing away any tension that we build up in our hips. Just releasing that. Loosening up and breathing deep and free. Now ground your left heel down, keep a slight bend in your knee. Inhale, right knee into the chest and send it back up and away for three-legged dog. Open up your hip all the way, bend your knee and just rotate the ankle round and round. Still press evenly down into both hands. We're just loosening up the body, loosening up the ankle joint, releasing more synovial fluid right here. More lubrication within your joints. Circle and rotate your ankle the opposite direction. And now lengthen the leg back to long, square your hips. And now as you breathe, right foot comes forward to the outside of the left hand for a low lunge. So you're just gonna bring your bottom knee down to the mat and just press forward into your hip flexor as level as you can. Sometimes we roll forward into the left hip. So just bring that up to keep the hips level and even. Good. So you're just doing what feels good to you. Maybe you're all the way up. It just depends on wherever you are at. Just gonna stretch the hip flexor here. Now leave your left hand, you're just gonna plant it right down to the ground. We're gonna come up in a twist. Inhale, right arm comes up and forward, bending your back knee. Taking grip on the inside of your foot once more. Rolling the shoulder back and open. And lifting up through the crown of your head. Keeping your spine nice and long. Good. One more breath here. As you exhale, release, coming back to center. Same way we came, both hands to the inside of the foot. Tuck the back toe, lift and straighten that leg. You're gonna press the right foot back to meet the left. High plank, dropping the knees down to the ground. Modified plank to begin with. Now just straighten your body, knees all the way through the crown of your head. Tuck the tailbone under, engage the core, and breathe your way all the way down to the ground. Laying down now. Inhale into low cobra. This is where you just lift the hands and let your back, your lower back, do all the work here. Lifting up through the crown of your head, legs are strong, locked out, pressing the tops of your feet down into the mat. Exhale, press back over the knees, tuck the toes, and lift the hips back into your downward facing dog. Again, walk your dog out left and right. Breathing into your hips and just let your head hang. Stretching out the shoulders, breathing deep and free here. Now coming into the other side, just ground your right heel down, slight bend in the knee, inhale, left leg, lengthens all the way up and back. Opening up your hip, and then rotating as you bend your knee, good. Just circling the ankle here. Trying to press evenly down through both hands as you open up. And remembering, we're still warming up the body. So it's important not to push forward too fast. Just allow yourself to stretch naturally and then circle the other way. So now circling the ankle round and round, just loosening yourself up, getting into any places that might be calcified. Now lengthen your leg back to long, square your hips, and then take a deep breath. As you exhale, you're gonna step left foot outside, left hand, and bring the right knee down to the ground. And roll the right hip up just so it's level with the left. And just stretch forward into that hip flexor right there on the right side. And always feel free to make as many adjustments as you need. Modify which works best for you. This is your practice, your body. And that's what yoga is all about, figuring out what works best within you so that one day you can do this all on your own. You'll just be able to flow by listening to what your body needs. Good. And now moving to the other side, right hand plants down on the ground as you inhale. Left arm comes up, half rainbow arc back, gripping the inside of the foot. As you rotate your shoulder open to the side, kicking back up and away into your grip. As you lengthen through the crown of your head, so keeping the spine long. Front foot is planted. And one more deep breath here. On your exhale, slowly release, coming back to center, squaring the hips, tuck your toe, lift and straighten your leg, and this time press the left foot to meet the right and see if you can hold it in high plank this time. Now the trick to plank is stacking your joints, so wrist under shoulders, press back through your heels, forward through your head, lift up through your belly and relax your chest. Exhale, keep the elbows tucked into the sides as you lower, hover halfway down if you can. Chaturanga Dandasana, good. Inhale, roll over the tops of the toes, lift your chest. Upward facing dog, beautiful, good. Really strong legs and abs. Now activate your core to lift your hips back into your downward facing dog. Take a few deep breaths here. If you need to walk your dog out, you can take this time to walk it out. Maybe come up high onto your toes, just stretching out the bottoms of your feet, doing whatever you need to do to loosen up the body. One more deep breath in down dog. And now ground the left heel down to the ground. Inhale, right knee into the chest and sending it back up and away for three-legged dog. Reaching past the toe as much as you can, leveling the hip, so right hip, maybe roll it down so it's level with the left one. And you want to squeeze using your midline strength. Exhale, this time step your foot between your hands. Back heel anchors down to the mat for warrior one. Using your core to inhale, upper body, arms to rise. Good. Shoulders are down your back. You're going to focus your eyes in one direction. Find that non-moving object, that one spot to focus your eyes on. Now in warrior one, you're grounding down yet lifting up at the same time. So you're balancing that action and relaxation using the natural traction of your body. So here we are just practicing keeping the core strong, yet heart center is relaxed. And now exhaling, prayer hands to heart center, taking flight into warrior three. Next inhale, press off your back foot, just balancing on the front leg, leaning upper body forward, left leg lengthens long behind you. Keeping the hips level and remembering to reach past the toes, aligning yourself to the natural energy lines around you. And watch out for the sinking sand. That's the one thing I love about this sand is it takes all of your focus and concentration to balance, using more muscle groups, including the tiny little muscles within you that rarely get used. And last part to this, extend prayer arms directly out in front of you, just for one deep breath here. Inhaling. And exhale, slowly come back up. Warrior one. Bend your front knee, taking your time, working with the sand. Deepen your front lunge, exalted warrior, bending elbows behind your head, opening the chest to the sky. And exhale, hands come down, press the feet back together. Modified plank or not, flow. Bend the elbows, lower it down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Really lengthen out the heart center, good. And exhale, lift your hips, back up and away. Down dog, good. Take a deep breath here, in through the nose. slow. And out through the nose, slow. Good. Coming into the other side now. Inhale, left knee into the chest and lengthen it back up and away. Good. Exhale, warrior one. Step the foot between the hands. Back heel anchors down to the ground and use your core to lift your hips. Back up and away, warrior one. Good. Good. Now this time, we're just going to work the shoulders just by reaching for the opposite elbows. Bending the shoulders down your back and opening up the chest. Now at this point, you want to point your rib tips down. Sometimes we bloat the chest up, and that might cause you to collapse in your lower back. So just remembering to rib tips down and lengthening your spine up towards the sky. Good. Now here's where we just focus on regulating your breathing. So slowing the breath down and resisting that urge to pant or gasp for air. We're conditioning ourselves to where we control our breath. We control how much energy and life force we bring into our being, and we harness that, we use it. Just practicing to slow the breath, relaxing the eyes one spot, staying focused. Next breath, release your arms, prayer hands to heart center. Now you know where we're going. We're going to take flight. Inhale, press off your back foot and just slowly start to relax as you lean forward, balancing here. And it's okay if you fall, because falling is learning. Just getting right back up and starting again wherever you are at, working with what you have and building from there. Really pressing the prayer palms together. This will help to keep you balanced, reaching past the back toes. Now breathing the arms forward, coming into your full warrior three. We're just here for one deep breath. And on your exhale, anchor the foot back down to the ground. Warrior one to exalted warrior. Deep in your front lunge. Lift up, bend the elbows behind the head. Open up the heart center. Good. And press it down. Step it back, flow it out. Bend the elbows, lower it down, hover here. Good. Inhale, upward facing dog. Really pulling the chest, heart center away from the heels. Good. Exhale, use your core to lift your hips up. Down dog. Now we relax. Take a deep breath through the nose. Slow. And out through the nose. Slow. Coming into pigeon now. Inhale, right leg, nice and long behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, this time step the right foot towards the left hand. So the right foot, left hand, good. And then bring the back knee down to the ground. Now send your right knee out to the side as far as comfortable. So this is where you make all the adjustments you need to get the pigeon to work for you. And then slowly start to lengthen the left leg back as you come into your pigeon. Now walk the hands in towards the body, keeping the hips as level as they can. And everyone's pigeon is different, especially when it comes to the hips. So you're going to breathe your way into coming down slowly, just seeing what works for you and your body. And maybe you stay up the whole time on your hands, whatever it is. As long as you are breathing and 100% aware of what's happening within your body to keep you safe. The whole purpose of pigeon is to release any deep pockets of tension. So if there's any point in your yoga practice where you feel you should come out, maybe back up onto your hands, feel free to do so. Because you're respecting your body, respecting what your body needs, and allowing it to grow naturally without forcing, pulling, straining. Just breathing into it. we'll take one more deep breath in our pigeon before moving on here. So on your exhale, if you're all the way down, start to walk your hands back up and in towards the body. We're going to slowly come into king pigeon. So plant the right hand down on the ground. Inhale, left arm reaches forward, back, half rainbow arc. And this time, reach for the outside of your foot. Just kicking back and away into that grip as you bring your chin forward, down towards your chest, lifting up through the crown of your head. So you should be stretching your shoulder muscle if you extend your kick back into your grip. Slowly. Last breath here. And as you exhale, slowly release. Now roll onto your right hip for double pigeon. We're going to swing this back leg around and just lift right heel or left heel above right knee. And then slowly start to walk your bottom leg out so that you have one shin on top of the other. So your shins are nice and level. And then slowly lift yourself up just to square your hips down. So you want to get both hips nice and evenly grounded, evenly down into the ground. This will get more of an even stretch in your hip area. So here, just keep your feet flexed. The more you flex your joints, the more they'll be protected. And start to relax your shoulders down as you lift through the crown of your head. Again, engage your core, relax your chest. Breathing nice and slow. And here we add in the arms. Inhale, circle sweep arms come all the way up, just to get enough rotation in the shoulder joints. As you exhale, you're going to swoop eagle arms, so right elbow underneath the left here. Just wrapping them around. And if that doesn't work, you can just reach for opposite shoulders, especially if you've got a lot of muscle there to work with. And lift the elbows just up to shoulder height. You want to feel that deep stretch in the middle of your back. There's a lot of dynamic things happening within your body right now. These are all of the pressure points, those deep pockets where energy gets stuck. So we're breathing that away. We're breathing that out of our joints and out of you, releasing anything that binds us. Sending our energy, our flow, our nature, connecting to this truth. Good. Last breath here. And slowly unwind to release. Now just taking up your top leg, you're very slowly going to send it back. So we're going to come out the same way we went in, coming back into your pigeon, tucking your back toe, lifting up your back leg, and you're going to press the feet away. High plank position. Good. Flow it out. Bend the elbows, lower it down, hover here. Yes. Inhale, roll over the tops of the toes. Lift the heart center. Inhale. Lift your hips, down dog. Taking your deep breath here. Sending that cleansing breath all the way up through your hips. Other side. Inhale, left knee in. Sending it nice and long behind you. Coming into pigeon on this side. As you exhale, step the left foot to the right hand. Bring the knee out to the side. And just making any adjustments that you need. Lengthening your leg back. Leveling both hips as best as you can. And then breathing your way as far as feels comfortable for you. And notice how each side is different. So maybe this is your tighter side. So if this is your tighter side, you just stay wherever feels good to you and then work it a little bit deeper with your breath. Eventually, you keep up the practice and it will balance everything out on both sides. So again, it's just figuring out where you are at on the spectrum. Each pose, each moment unto itself. Take a few more deep breaths, exploring the thousands of uncharted regions within your body, within your joints, within your mind. Seeing what is there. And on your next exhale, slowly coming back up, staying 100% aware of what's happening in your body. King Pigeon, left hand stays here. Inhale, right arm comes back, and you're gonna reach for the outside of your foot this time. Keeping the chest forward, rolling the shoulder down, chin down towards your chest as you kick back into your grip. So keeping it nice and long through the crown of your head. Doing the best that you can, whatever that may be. One more deep breath. Beautiful, Elisa. And slowly, as you exhale, you're gonna roll onto your left hip and very slowly bring the top leg around and just line it up, ankle above knee, and then walk the bottom leg out, just to even out the shins, one on top of the other. Feet are flexed, and then hands to the sides just to lift up your hips. Get a nice even stretch there. You take a few breaths here just to let yourself balance out. Allow your body to settle in, and you're going from one side to the other. So it's like the Polar Express. You're going from the North Pole, South Pole, opposite ends of the spectrum. So you use your breath to morph between the two, seamlessly transitioning one opposite side to the other. And you do that by relaxing into your breath while keeping the body strong. So there's that balance of action and relaxation. And then once your hips have settled, we're gonna add in the arms. Inhale, circle sweep arms all the way up just to get as much rotation as you can of the shoulder joint. Exhale, left arm comes underneath the right, just wrapping them around, doing whatever you did to begin with. See whatever works best for you. Then shoulders come down the back as you lift the elbows up to shoulder height. Beautiful. Again, modify as needed. Maybe straighten your bottom leg out. If double pigeon's a little bit too much, do whatever you need to do to get into all these places that don't get too much attention. We're bringing our attention there. We're going there. We're doing it and we're breathing through it. And know that that tension release, it happens automatically on its own. Without forcing, pulling, or straining. As long as you're breathing, it's happening. Last breath here. On your exhale, releasing the arms, sending them all the way back out, just to release any tension there, and then pick up the top leg, roll back onto your left hip as you bring the leg back, all the way around. Just coming out, same way we went back in. Tuck the back toe, lift the leg up, and you're gonna press the feet back into high plank. Here we go, flow it out, bend the elbows, lower it down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale back into your down dog. One last flow and we're on our back. Inhale, right leg lifts up high to the sky. And again, bending your knee, three-legged dog here. And now maybe you stay in your down dog with the leg lifted, or maybe you want to flip your dog today. Whatever it is, feel free to do so. Now if you'd like to flip your dog, you're just going to flip over. Feet land about hip width distance apart. You press down through your heels and lift the right arm up above the head. half wheel. Good. Or you just stay in your down dog, whatever feels good to you. Good. Good. And now slowly start to flip back over. Three-legged dog once more, opening up your hips a little bit more. And exhale. Sending the foot right back down. Downward facing dog. Lifting the hips up, other side. Inhale, left leg. Lengthening all the way up and back. Bend the knee, open up the hip. And either stay or flip your dog on this side. And just breathing your way through it. If you'd like to flip, just flipping over, both heels hip width distance apart. Ground down through your heels, lifting up the hips, tilting the tailbone under, and lifting the left arm nice and high. Beautiful. Good. Good. One more deep breath. And slowly make your way back into your three-legged dog just to stretch it out. Lengthen leg back out to long. Square your hips, set your foot down. Pull forward into high plank, and we're going to slowly lower it all the way down to the ground. Now belly down Shavasana just for a moment. Arms can be long to your sides or just resting your forehead, top of your hands. Whatever works for you. You just want to breathe now as you transition from the standing series down to the ground. So we're letting go of the standing series. Getting ready for the next part, which is the spine. So think about relaxing all the muscles along your spine for a moment. While keeping your breath centered and focused, nice and slow. In and out through the nose, harnessing your energy and sending it within. Good. All right, now Bhujangasana, low cobra with a shoulder rinse. This is a variation. You're just going to separate your feet about shoulder width distance apart, and you're going to keep your tops of your feet anchored down to the ground so much that you lift your kneecaps up off the mat. Now inhale, arms forward, sending them all the way back, interlacing the fingers and just relaxing the shoulders down as far as feels comfortable for you. Everyone's going to be a little bit different. Now exhale all of the air out, and as you inhale, slowly starting to lift back up and away, anchoring your legs down into the ground as you lift up through the crown of your head. Extending your spine all the way from the toes through the top. Lengthening and grounding. One more deep breath here. Lifting it up. And relax it down. Either arms to the sides or forehead to the hands, whichever feels good for you. Whatever your shoulders need. Whatever your body needs. Or whatever you need to do to slow the breath down. You're going from 100% effort to 100% relaxation now. So we wind it up just to let it back down. That way, when life comes at you full force, triggers you to relax instead of tensing up. That's all we're doing, is just practicing how to do that. And now for Locust Shalabhasana, you're going to inhale, arms all the way forward, and then just move them back. Now flip your palms so that they're flat to the ground, and then scooch them underneath your body. And just feel how good it feels to you, because we're really stretching the wrists and the elbows here. Good, does that feel okay? We're gonna go one leg at a time. So relax your left leg completely, and as you inhale, lift your right leg up, keeping the hips level. Good. Just breathing here, and you're reaching past the toes and pressing down through the palms of your hands, using your shoulder strength, elbows, all working at the same time. Lengthen the leg up and back for one more deep breath. and release it down. Exhaling, and on your next inhale, lift the left leg up, other side. Use your palm strength, use your shoulder strength. Lifting up past the toes, lengthening crown of head all the way back past the toes. One more deep breath here. And lower it down. Now double leg lift. See if you can scoot both arms a little bit closer underneath the body. Keeping the chin down so that your neck is long and straight. Exhale all the air out. And as you inhale, lift both legs up at the same time. Beautiful. Use your shoulder strength. Use as much of your wrist and your palms as you can. And lift your legs up into your locust. Beautiful. Good, good, good. One more deep breath here. And lower it down. Release your arms. Shake out any tension that may or may not be there and go to 100% relaxation now. Good. Shoulder stretch now. Left arm out to the side. Palm faces down. Now use your right fingertips right at your shoulder height and just slowly roll yourself over onto your side. Other knee comes up, bottom of the foot stays flat. You just want to come as far as feels good for your shoulder. Use your opposite hand to press down into the ground. As you breathe into your shoulder. One more deep breath on this side. And slowly start coming back to center, rolling back onto the tummy, other side. Very slowly transitioning now, right hand out, palm faces down, left fingertips come in, and very gentle coming into the other side. And going as far as feels good to you. Remembering each side is different. Modify as needed, adjust all you like to fit you. One more deep breath on this side. Using your exhale to come out, slowly roll back to center. And here we're just going to tuck the toes, press back on the knees, coming into child's pose just for a moment. Knees can be together or apart, whatever feels good for your lower back. Just gonna release the spine, release all the tiny little muscles that support your infrastructure there. Wherever we create tension within the body, we also release it, doing that counter pose. So you can balance both ends of that spectrum, your fire and your cool, working together. And now slowly start to walk your hands in towards yourself. And we're just gonna sit up, cross the feet, extend the legs, coming into Navasana now. So here we go, we're just gonna sit on the middle of the mat. And for boat, Navasana, you're just gonna find a place, especially in the sand, just where you can sit and balance on your hip bones. So here, we just learned to bounce. You can just hold your knees or the backs of your knees, bring the shins up to about parallel to the ground, just whatever feels good to you. The most important thing is not rounding in your lower back. You want to hinge at your waist and lift up through the crown of your head. So everyone's boat is going to be just a little bit different depending on your hips and that flexibility. So just doing whatever feels good to you. Maybe you keep your toes down on the ground. Just depends on whatever your body needs. Now, if this feels okay, then you can lift your hands, palms to the sky, shoulders down your back, heart center, nice and high, and relax, engaging the core. And you're engaging the deep muscles from the base of your spine that wraps around all the way up to your heart center here. So breathing nice and slow, just doing the best that you can in your boat. One more deep breath here. And release. Hug the knees in, relax the chest. Coming into reverse tabletop. So feet flat, about hip width distance. Hands behind you, fingertips, they face forward. Inhale, lift up the hips, ground the heels down. Stretching out the shoulders and the biceps here. Tucking the tailbone under. Head can be relaxed or keeping it up. And now the last part to reverse table, walk the left foot to the center, midline of the body, and then kick the heel straight out. Pressing out through the heel. Just one breath here, and we switch. Right heel down, left heel, kicking it out, lifting it up. Good. Last breath. And relax it down. Hugging the knees in, and just relaxing your lower back. Getting ready for one more boat. So just finding that place where you can balance. Sometimes it's a little shifty with the sand. And this time, we're just gonna bring the heart and the hands together. See your husband?
Just senile.
He'll find us eventually.
No, he's not looking.
Oh. From here, we're going to twist. To the left, extend the right leg. Engaging the core and pressing out through the ball of your foot. Good. Using as much of your side obliques as you can here in this stretch. Yes, good. Good. And reverse to the other side. Pressing out, lengthening. So you're using this side of your rib cage as well as these muscles here. Really press the palms. And release. Come back to center. Hug the knees in. Relax your shoulders. Relax your breath. Good. Now extend the toes. We're going to come into upward plank. So just bring your hands behind you. Again, fingertips facing forward. Inhale, lifting the hips up and stretching the biceps and the shoulders, especially after everything we did today. Good. And staying here or lifting the right leg up. Pressing out. Past the toes. Good, good, good. And release. Other side. Anchor the leg down as you lift the other leg up. Good. And release it down. Now this time, lower all the way down to the ground. Now relax your back, relax your hips just for a moment. And allow your muscles to just settle. Slowing the breath down, just to seamlessly transition. And now coming into bridge. So feet flat, about hip width distance apart. We're almost there. Slowly lift your hips up, pressing down, grounding your heels, interlacing the hands, walking the shoulders in towards each other. Good. Really stretching out the bottom base of your spine. And from here, walk your left foot in, right knee into the chest, and straighten the toes, straight up to the sky. Lifting up past the toes. Use your shoulder strength here. And switch. Right foot down, left knee into the chest. Lengthening up as high as you can. And slowly bring it down. Supta Baddha Konasana, bottoms of feet together, knees apart, one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And just circle your energy round and round. So So here, when your blood is pumping at its fullest, this is where you bring your energy within. So you're just going to breathe here now. Keep the pelvic wall harnessed, up and in. Breathe in through your nose, bring it down to the base of your spine, and pulling that exhale out. We're using our fire to balance our water, using the simple element of air. Recycling out whatever is stuck within, cleansing the entire being here. Using your hands as defibrillators. So your right hand is the plus sign, left hand is the minus. And we're circling your energy round and round. So this is how you reset the body. This is how you give yourself more energy and replenish all of your vitality organs all at the same time. It happens automatically on its own. Just a few more deep breaths. And slowly release the knees, come back to center, and you have the option to do one more set of bridge or wheel. Now if you'd like to do wheel, you set up just like we do bridge, feet flat, hip width distance apart. And you just place your hands by your ears, fingertips point backwards, just like we did for upward plank and reverse tabletop. So just bringing the elbows up to the sky, rolling them in towards each other. As you inhale, press the ground away, arching your chest, pressing down through the heels. Knees stay hip width distance apart and breathe it here. Relax your head. Good. Good, good, good. Yes. And slowly start to release. Coming all the way back down. Good. One more Supta Baddha Konasana. Opposite hand on your belly, opposite hand on your forehead this time. And circle the energy round and round. Just breathing up, out, down. And slowly bring your knees into your chest. Just seeing how your lower back feels, if that's okay. Good. Now we're going to come into one more spinal twist and Shavasana. So just bring both knees over to the side. Arms come out, letter T. Out to the side, trying to maintain both shoulders down on the ground. And just one last spinal twist. Rinsing out the spine and starting to prepare yourself to relax 100%. And slowly start to make your way to the other side. Engage your core as you bring your knees back up to center and then over to the other side. Just very slowly making your way across. And very slowly coming back to center now. Extend your legs straight up to the sky and lower them all the way down to the ground. So final Shavasana here. Just laying down, feet are wide apart, arms cross out from your body as you relax it down. And for the last part, final Shavasana, I'm going to come around and adjust you. Bring a towel for your forehead. And this is where you relax 100%. body from head to toe. Looking for any crystals that may be there. And release. into the fetal position and just laying down a few more moments to ourselves. We spend so much of our day for everybody else. A few more moments just for yourself, for your breath, for the day, for the outer world. And now slowly start to make your way up. Just pressing yourself back up into that comfortable seated position facing forward. Right back at where we started. Sukhasana. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths all together. Inhale, circle sweep, come all the way up and around. And exhale, relaxing within 2 more times. Inhale all the way up and around. And exhale. 1 more time. Inhale up. And exhale this time, thumbs to third eye. And here is where we set our intention at the end of the class. When you're clear, cleansed, renewed, and re-energized. And whatever your intention may be, focus on that source, that motivation. What drives you? What do you want to bring to the world most today? But balance that. What do you want the world to bring most to you? Let's send that intention out into the universe 3 times. Inhale, prayer palms, press, come all the way up. Exhaling it out and around, right back to your heart center 2 more times. Inhaling it up, sending your intention out into the universe all around, coming right back to heart center last time. Inhaling it up, sending it out, and coming right back to where we all began. I thank you so much, fabulous yogis, for joining me here on this beautiful Aloha Friday. So honored, so grateful to be on this journey with you. So proud of you. You guys are so strong. Aloha, mahalo, and namaste. Thank you. Big shout out to our locals. My goodness, you guys are so strong. Thank you so much for joining us. And we will see you all for Sunday Fun Day.